Okay, guys, let's get into it. So, the new milestone that my daughter reached today was last night was the first night that she went through the entire night being dry. And she woke up and her diaper was still dry. So, the last diaper change that we did for her was at 10:30 at night. She had woken up after being in bed by herself for a little bit, and we ended up changing her diaper. So she stayed dry from that time until she woke up around, I want to say 8 something. Okay, so I need to, just as a disclaimer, what I'm doing with my daughter is not something that I have created a specific protocol for and am following step by step. Okay, so because I like to do things because I like to take a natural approach to everything that I teach, I am letting this happen just as it comes. Okay, I'm not very strict on her toilet training. I'm trying things just as they naturally happen because I do not want to condition her going to the bathroom to be anything aversive. So this is the best way I know how to do it. So the very first thing that I did, as soon as she started walking and following me around the house, every time I had to use the restroom, I announced it to her. Okay, I'm gonna go potty. So either she'd follow me or she'd continue playing. So obviously she followed me. So I did my business. And as soon as I sat on the toilet and I actually started going to the bathroom, I would naturally just make a sound. Like it feels good, So the number one reason I did this is because we all naturally learn by observing other people. And it is a lot easier to show someone how to do something or show my daughter the function of the toilet by showing her. So another thing that I did, and this is not really in any order, another thing that I did is I never allow her to play with the toilet. The only time that she is able to flush the toilet is if she uses the bathroom. So every time I use the restroom, I don't let her flush. I flush my own toilet. If she tries, I just let her know, you didn't go pee-pee, mommy went pee-pee, so I'm gonna flush the toilet. Okay, so the other thing that I waited for this to happen naturally before even attempting to sit her on the toilet. I waited until she was interested herself in the toilet. When she would go to the bathroom and start lifting it, that's when I noticed that she was more interested. So what I did is I would sit her on the toilet when she would open it. If she tried to pull away from me and didn't want to use the restroom, I didn't even try. But she did allow me to sit her on the toilet. There were times that she just went to the bathroom, and she went to the bathroom within 10 to 15 seconds of actually sitting on the toilet. So her body naturally had to go. If she sat on the toilet and she didn't go within 10 to 15 seconds, she herself would say, all done. And I didn't ask any questions. So in doing that, one of the things that I was intentional about doing is while she sat on the toilet, I wanted her to feel relaxed. And the way that I would feel that is I would hug her as she's sitting on the toilet. And when her body, you could hear her imitating me saying, when she would go to the restroom, or right before she was going to go to the bathroom. And you could just feel her body relax in my arms. And as soon as she was done, she pulls back from hugging me and says, all done. And then I go through the rest of the chain of using the restroom. So I would say, okay, you're all done. Let's get toilet paper so we can wipe. So I wipe her, I put it in the toilet, I take her off of the toilet, and she immediately goes to close it and flushes it. And I didn't spend hours and hours. So I did not spend hours and hours of time going through these repetitive steps, giving her water so that she'd have to go to the bathroom, and then practicing. I am not doing any of that, and I don't plan on doing it either. So what I want to say is, although I'm not doing everything step by step every single time I take her to the bathroom or every single time she has to go to the bathroom, I am still consistent. I am consistent in that I'm never letting her play with the toilet. That's number one. I'm still consistent. I'm consistent every single time she tells me all done, regardless if she went to the bathroom or not. I am honoring that. And typically, side note, every time she does say all done, as soon as she sits on the toilet, I check her diaper. It's either wet or it's warm. So she had just gone. There's no reason for me to have her sit on the toilet until she... Okay, just to recap, because I've pretty much brain dumped on you guys before I give the bonus at the end. But, so the very first, where I started in this toilet training process was first modeling what the function of the toilet is. And I did this by announcing when I had to use the restroom. And when she followed me in there, I low-key narrated what I was doing with as minimal language that she would understand. Number two, I waited before ever sitting her on the toilet until she initiated interest in the toilet by opening it, trying to close it, trying to flush it, those things. Number three, every single time she says all done, I am honoring it, regardless if she goes to the bathroom or not. And number four, I am not giving her Okay, like I was saying, I am not giving her excess amount of liquid so that she is more motivated to go to the bathroom. I am not putting her on a 30-minute take her to the restroom, 15-minute check if she's dry. I'm not doing any of that because I do not want to condition her body to go to the bathroom based off of a schedule that I create, but rather teaching her to use the restroom based off of her natural body schedule that she's already been going off from the time that she was born. So about a year, almost a year and a half of experience going to the bathroom in her diaper. So one very last important thing that I forgot to tell you before the bonus. Okay, you guys, I cannot believe I forgot this. So I am not using edible reinforcers. And if you're in the field of ABA, you know exactly what that means. But for parents who don't know anything about ABA, I'm not using any treats like Skittles or M&Ms. I'm not giving her electronics after she uses the restroom. Her reinforcer is a natural reinforcer, which is flushing the toilet. She wants to flush the toilet. And this is exactly why I do not let her flush the toilet anytime I use the restroom. So yeah, and after she closes the toilet and attempts to flush it, I do have to help her because she doesn't have the motor strength to do it independently yet. She claps for herself, and it is the cutest thing. And I get so excited. Although I want to scream and do all this nonsense, I actually wait until she claps herself. Okay, so yeah, I wait until she claps herself, and then I clap. And I make it a point not to be obnoxious because I don't want to scare her. But yeah, so I get so excited. And while I'm clapping quietly, I typically just tell her what she did. You just went pee-pee in the toilet. I don't say good job, really. If you want to say good job, that's fine. There's nothing wrong if you say good job or not. But yeah, so okay, now for the bonus. Okay, you guys, so this is the bonus info. Even though I've given you guys so much information, if you're still with me, this is something I started to do last week. So you guys know that every time we poop, we pee immediately after. Let me know if this is not true for you, but this is true for my daughter as well. So that means I'm in my safe zone. She is not going to poop or pee anytime soon. And this is where the timer came into play. Now, the timer was used for me so that I know when I need to pay attention to her. And the more I practice it, the more confidence I'll have in her not having an accident. So right now, our current threshold is between 13 and 16 minutes. Okay, you guys, so during that 13 to 16 minute time period, I'm allowing her to do whatever she wants to do around the house diaperless with her clothes on so that she knows what it feels like to just do what she normally does without wearing a diaper. And she only poops max twice a day, if that, once a day. So I don't have to practice it 50 million times a day. I only practice it if I have to one time, and only if I have the energy and the time to pay attention to her during that period of time. So yes, if you are a parent navigating autism or ADHD and your child is delayed in toilet training, this is where my support comes into play. What works for my unique situation with my daughter is going to be different for your unique situation. So DM me to get the support you want and deserve.